Hi, we're back. Kim and Matt here.
Matt and Kim.
Talking about law of attraction and relationships and marriage. So, we have been dying to get to this point because
It's like the juicy stuff.
Yeah, in relationships, like if you can get on the same page, what's awesome is that you can create pretty much anything you want as a couple. Like one person can create something through law of attraction, yes, but as a couple, when there are two people co-creating together, it can be super potent.
Yeah, the focus of that energy, and then to be able to use each other to like bounce things off of, and then to like talk out loud about and use your imagination even more, and then like you can snowball the effect by having somebody else to just get excited about it with.
Right. And so it's a good distraction if things are going and you want to like pump up the heart energy and get into the heart together.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to imagine and create and co-create and use law of attraction in that way can really help shift the relationship, but it also can help shift situations. So before we talked about like learning how to use your imagination and your vibration to help like each other more, to help be together and enjoy your time together more when things are kind of bogging you down.
Because if you're in a crappy place and you want to imagine a better place, the second you start imagining it, your current place changes. Like,
right.
It's a really, like, if you don't believe me, try it. Like it's a fun game to play of like, I'm in a crappy place, whether it's in my relationship or where I am today. If I imagine something different today, this will change. Today will change.
And it's super empowering because we believe that everybody in the external world are what causes our emotions. Like you make me mad, you're bad, and therefore I'm upset. And so
all you got to do is change this one thing and I'll feel better.
Right. And so we let ourselves just kind of pinball off of life, and it sucks. And once you start to master your own vibration, your own emotions about how you feel, how you choose to feel about life, things can get really, really much better, especially when it comes to a relationship. So the power of two people can be super potent in law of attraction. And one of the funny things is that like Matt was my first attraction. When I was younger,
She didn't even know about law of attraction.
I didn't even know about law of attraction. I was sitting at a library and I was like in grad school trying to get my job, and this guy comes over to me and he says, "Here, I want you to have this little packet." And I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool, thanks." And so he walks away, and I can't remember exactly what it said, but it said something like, "Whatever you want in your life, write it down to the most specific detail. If you want a job, write down everything about that job, or relationship." So that was number one. Number two was think about and read this list at least 3 times a day. And 3 was something like, poof, all your dreams will come true. Now, this is before the movie on The Secret or the book, that any of the law of attraction material had even come to my attention. It was barely the internet back then. So I was able to write that list and focus on it for 2 weeks, and I put it in my drawer and forgot about it until a year later when I was sitting there with my fiance.
You were moving. We were like moving her dresser, and there's still stuff in the drawer. We pull out this list.
Together.
Yeah,
we pull out the list.
This list, and it wasn't just, it was everything. I mean, it was like living, like where she was living, the job that she had, with the salary that she wanted, the types of people she was working around, my characteristics of what she was looking for into a mate.
Like I wanted a man that was manly and strong, but not into sports and like super obsessed with TV, right? I had like...
She was pretty specific.
I wanted him to have more maternal instinct than me because I knew I didn't have too much. I mean, I had it down. So that was when I learned about law of attraction. I didn't really understand the energy of the heart and getting into a positive vibration, but I did know if you focused on one thing that you wanted very specifically, and you'll pretty much be able to create it or attract it into your life. And since then, I have helped many people find their soulmates. So this is definitely something that works. It's been repeated. I've helped hundreds of people really begin to use law of attraction for what they want. Now, there's
one thing. I mean, for those of you who are out there like, oh, this is hooky, spooky, spiritual thing. Like, even if you just think about it on a more tactical basis of, as soon as you write something down and you have a clear idea of what it is you want to do, you'll start filtering for all the things that come closer to that. And when something comes into your life that doesn't match that, you're like, wait, that doesn't match what I'm looking for, and therefore you continue down this path. So
as long as you don't get stuck and say the universe doesn't support me and I never get what I want,
I didn't get that job,
and that's going back into the ego when you lose it.
Right.
So you can make your relationship better, as we talked about, but you can also kind of troubleshoot issues through law of attraction. Like if you're we'll have issues sometimes where like our kids go to a private school, and so we'll have a tuition payment that's due, and we'll be like, where's this money going to come from? We don't have this money. What are we going to do? And we just start visualizing the money's going to come in. We trust. We don't.
The bill will come in January, so the money's going to come around December.
Yeah.
Like it's summer.
Divine timing. And so we don't go into scarcity about it. And in fact, we really kind of just trust that it's going to happen, and we stay positive.
Freaking time
we get the money comes in. We never know where it's going to come from, but it always comes in. And so you can use this around scarcity or money issues, but you have to stay out of fear, and you have to actually believe that the universe has your back and is going to totally hook you up with what you want to be hooked up with. You have to believe it's possible for you to even get what you want in life, and you have to trust and feel gratitude and stay in a place of openness of like, okay, I'm ready for that money to come. We have a tuition payment.
Almost feel like it's already there, right? Like feel that feeling of like the tuition payment. What would it feel like if the tuition payment was already in my checking account? And then have that feeling, and then like know that that's possible.
So here's where the ego trips you up, though, because if you go into scarcity, or if you think you're manifesting something from the heart, but really it's from the ego, then things don't work out as like happily ever after. And let's be real, like the only thing that's going to create happiness is within you. We've addressed that, right? With your own vibration and your
feelings,
own feeling of manifesting happiness in your life, right? But so we once
I'm sure we've done it more than once, but this is a great example.
We decided we wanted a lake house because that was going to be so incredibly peaceful
and calm, and there's going to be so much space and relaxing, and we had all these things that this lake house was going to give us.
Like the lake house was going to make us peaceful.
Yes.
We didn't really get that.
It was going to make us slow our minds down. It was going to make...
Now, mind you, we had 2 out of our 3 kids at the time, and so we manifest this lake house and the money for the lake house, and we're just pulling our kids and all the food.
We have an infant and a toddler.
And we're mowing lawns, and they're on the dock, and we're afraid they're going to drown. And we're like, we look at each other.
Hold on. We had like 2 sets of refrigerators to keep packed. We had to like buy furniture.
None of our friends would come visit us at the lake house.
We live in a town where everyone wants to hang out in the town. Nobody wants to come to the lake house.
Saratoga's beautiful.
So
Why would you want to go?
Internally, our thoughts like, boy, this doesn't feel peaceful.
This lake house sucks, and it's a lot of work. And what the hell were we thinking? We can't even maintain our first house. We're thinking about maintaining 2 houses. So we look at each other by the end of the summer, and we're like, oh shit, this sucks.
We're not getting the thing that we thought we were going to get. This outside world is not giving us the feeling inside us that we thought we were going to get.
So we're like, okay, we need to manifest ourselves a buyer. And so
this is where that unified vision, right? Like both of us thought, like we need to get a buyer, and times 2, it works so much better.
Right. We didn't cover it up. We didn't pretend it worked. We didn't blame each other. We were just like, ooh, we got to get a buyer.
You made a bad decision. You were the one that wanted to do this. None of that.
So within a couple months, we manifested a buyer.
And mathematically, like the buyer came in and paid what we had paid plus what we paid over the course of the year in a mortgage. Like in the end, it was a wash.
And he had always wanted this specific house, so it worked out perfectly. Win, win, win. When law of attraction is in place, it's always win, win, win. Everybody makes out.
And the part that another piece that we made out in that is we now use that story to ourselves or with other people all the time. So like even the fact that we have that experience in our lives to either share with other people or that we refer to a ton with each other. Like, is this another lake house, Kim? Like, are we getting do we think this lake house is going to...
And I think that's the key too, is to trust that everything is happening for a reason, even if it's just for a lesson, even if it's just to know, oh, we don't want to do that again. Because now if there's a new job, we're not like, oh, the grass is greener on the other side, or we're not thinking, oh, another relationship is going to make us happy, because we got the lesson that if we're manifesting from the ego, if we think something outside of us is going to create happy, peace, enjoyment, whatever, it pretty much is always going to disappoint, because whenever you manifest, you can manifest from the ego, but whenever you manifest from the ego, it never really turns out the way you want it to be.
Yeah, I was going to say, here's the kicker. If you don't get the lesson in it that first time, world will just keep on giving you lessons. So you might as well figure out the lesson the first time with the easiest one, because the lake house was easy. It wasn't another relationship. It wasn't another job. It wasn't the other thing I was looking for. Like lake house, easy, break even.
We didn't have to split up our family thinking, oh, there's another man out there that's going to give me what I want or make me happy in life. Because the reality is, wherever you go, there you are, right? No matter what relationship, no matter what job, no matter what house you're at, no matter what town you're in, wherever you go, there you are.
You are the constant.
And so if we can't really shift the vibration vibration within us and start to shift our experience of life, then we're pretty much going to keep changing our external situations and end up in the same exact situation that we started in.
So why not change your external situations based upon what each other want and what you're going to move forward in your relationship on?
Right. So here's how you can do this. Once you're at a better place with your spouse, if you're in a rough place, then you can
go back to personal responsibility like 3 videos ago.
Use your law of attraction to work on feeling good together. And then once there's a good vibe between the two of you, you can start to develop a unified vision of what you want to create, whether it's more money or whether it's a new living situation. But first, make sure you're in a place of peace and gratitude and happiness from point A, because point B will never be what you're making up in your head unless you're using something to make up in your head to feel better in the moment. And if so, just recognize that. Like Matt has this thing, he loves to plan and think about lots of things, and he uses that to shift his vibration. He doesn't actually have to buy the thing sometimes. He just needs to get himself into another vibe.
Excitement of thinking about buying the thing or researching the thing.
Right. So we hope this helps, and you can get more information at www.enlightenwithkim.com.
Thanks.